Hello students, today we will learn how to print Armstrong number from 1 to 500. So for that, first of all we should know what is an Armstrong number. So suppose there is a number 153. So what we will do, we will extract the individual digit first, okay, that is 3, 5 and 1, and then we will find cube of that digits, that is 3 cube, 5 cube and 1 cube, and we will add them together. So let's see what is the result. 3 cube is 27, 5 cube means 125, 1 cube is 1. So altogether it is 153. That is same as the original number. So this type of number is known as Armstrong number, where the sum of cube of individual digit is equal to the actual number. So now what we will do, we will try to understand the logic behind it, how we can do it using C++ programming. So first of all, we have to extract the individual digit. For that, we will divide the number by 10. So when we divide it by 10, what will be the remainder? The remainder will be 3. That is the least significant digit we are getting. Okay, so suppose we will do this in this way. R equals to the number modulo 10. Okay, the remainder is 3. So R is 3. And then we will find R cube. And we will store it into a variable known as sum. The initial value of sum is 0. Then we will put sum equals to R cube. And then in the next iteration, we will take the quotient. What is the quotient? The quotient is 15. Okay. So initially the number is 153. Suppose n is 153. In the next iteration, n will become 15. That is n, we will update n as n equals to n by 10. Why? Because we know 153 by 10, we will get 15. That is the quotient. So now the new n is 15. And then we will repeat the same thing. Okay. Means we will divide 15 by 10. Then what will be the remainder? Yes, the remainder is 5. So again we will store the remainder in R. That is R is n modulo 10, which is equals to 5. And then sum equals to sum plus R cube. Okay. Sum plus means we are finding cumulative sum. Initially sum already contain 3 cube. And then here the value of sum will be 3 cube plus 5 cube. Okay. 3 cube plus 5 cube. Again the last iteration. Now n is equals to 1. As I have told you, we have to update n by n equals to n divided by 10. The n was 15. So now we can see n divided by 10, that is 15 divided by 10, we will get 1. Okay. So repeat the same process. When we will divide 1 by 10, the remainder will be 1 only. So we are getting the most significant digit, that is 1. So now the value of R is 1. Again we will find the cumulative sum, that is sum equals to the old sum, that is this one, plus R cube, that is 1 cube. So here we are getting sum equals to 3 cube plus 5 cube plus 1 cube, that is equals to 153. Now we will check whether this sum is equals to the actual number, that is n. And if both are equal, then we will print the number, otherwise we will not print it. No. Now let's see it in the program. See, as I have told you, we want to print numbers from 1 to 500. So the loop will continue from 1 to 500. This is the outer loop. In the inner loop, we will check whether each I is Armstrong or not using the logic which I have mentioned just now. So as I have told you, initially the value of sum is 0. Then what we have done, we have stored the value of I in n. Okay, Why we have stored that I will tell you later. Now we will check, that is we will use the logic which I have just explained, that whether n is Armstrong and or not, by taking the remainder like n modulo 10, which will be stored in R. So in R we will get the digit 1 by 1. Okay, and then we will cube R, that is R into R into R, and then we will find the cumulative sum, which is sum equals to sum plus R cube. And then we will update n, that is n equals to n by 10, which I have already mentioned you over here. Okay, initially n is 153, then we will update n, that is n will be 15, and in the second loop n will be 1, and the loop will continue until n becomes 0. As you can see here, in the last iteration n becomes 0. So when n becomes 0, we will come out of the loop. So that's why here the while condition is while n greater than 0, the loop will continue. So when we come out of the while loop, this is the while loop or the inner loop. Okay, when we come out of the while loop, the value of n is 0. And now we will check whether the cumulative sum that we have found here, whether it is equal to the original number or not. Okay, now see, the original n has been changed. Initially the n was 153, but now n has become 0. So that's why basically we have stored n in another variable, which is I. Okay, we have not modified I, we have modified n. So I is as it is. So the value of I is still 153 because we have not changed I anywhere in this inner loop. So after coming out from the inner loop, we will check whether I is equal to sum or not. So for like the example which we have considered, sum is 153, I is also 153. So since both are equal, what we will do, we will print the value of I. Okay, and if they are not equal, we will not print. So there is no else part. If they are not equal, we have to do nothing. Then this is the closing brace of the outer loop. Means we will go back to the outer loop. We will increase the value of I and we will check for the next value of I. For example, if I is 153, then the next value will be 154, then 155 and so on. The loop will continue till 500, and all the numbers which satisfy this condition, that is whether when I is equal to sum, that numbers will be printed, other numbers will not be printed. So we can check the output by running. Okay, so this is the logic basically. I think you have understood. So see here, this is the output: 153, 370, 371, 407. They are the Armstrong number, others are not. So if you have any doubt, please comment. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.